Guys, this Mia woman that is not giving her true name, I'm like, the heck with this? Capricorn Clark, who is also an assistant, all of these women who were around Diddy all have traumatizing things to say. Hey there guys, welcome to my channel. Sister Cerise here. I am so happy you clicked on this video. I don't know if it was the title, I don't know if it was the thumbnail or the topic. Let me know in the comments below why you clicked on this video. While you're at it, when you are done the video, if you really enjoyed it, go ahead and click that subscribe button because it helps my channel grow. I'm located in the Dominican Republic. You may hear some noises outside of my neighbors' children, or you may hear the birds. The birds are always going and I love them. You'll hear choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. They're quiet right now, but you'll hear them throughout the video. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Again, Sister Cerise here with you. I'm so glad to be with you. We're going to talk today about the Diddy trial. Holy smoly macaroni. I got to admit, first when Cassie Ventura went on stage and when she went on the witness stand, I was like, yeah, it wasn't all that, because I don't know, I didn't want her to say like, I hate Diddy, he's a monster, blah blah blah, but I did want a little bit more like, yeah, he did this to me, yeah, he did that to me, and of course I don't like it. I'm still going through some type of therapy for it today, and you know, it wasn't all that, but everyone backing up what she said now, we don't need it to be all that. What the heck? Guys, this Mia woman that is not giving her true name, I'm like, the heck with this? Capricorn Clark, who is also an assistant, all of these women who were around Diddy all have traumatizing things to say. Diddy, what were you up to, brother? What were you doing? What were you doing to the people around you? You were like a spoiled little brat, getting away with anything and everything, thinking that you were the most special person. And dude, when you live like that, eventually you are humbled. In the Bible, it says those who exalt themselves shall surely be humbled. When you were at the tip of that iceberg and it is melting and getting chipped apart, and people like this here aide of yours, this Mia, oh my gosh, they are coming out the woodwork. Let's talk about this. Mia was a pseudonym, okay, and she was Diddy's former personal assistant from 2009 to 2017. And some of her roles were pretty much just doing anything and everything. There was even times where she didn't even sleep for 5 days. Okay, so her decision to testify anonymously was due to fear of retaliation. So she knew what was going on behind the scenes. She knew that there was a lot going on. Now, who was she afraid of that was going to retaliate? His family, because they know who she is and they know where to get her. Maybe she was afraid that people would retaliate online, you know, but there were allegations of sexual assault that he even did to her. Detail Maya's testimony regarding multiple instances of sex assault includes an alleged rape during Diddy's 40th birthday party at the Plaza Hotel, an incident at his Los Angeles mansion where she awoke to him assaulting her on top of her, and she has a hazy memory of an assault aboard his private jet. You know, all of this must take an emotional toll on her and a certain form of trauma during her testimony, she was looking down. She wasn't doing anything at all except kind of just reading like the room with her intuition. She was, one time she was pushed in the pool and she had also had an ice bucket dumped over her head from Diddy. Her arm was slammed in a door from Diddy. A bowl of spaghetti being thrown at her after she took a break to change her tampon. Now, this is a really toxic and violent work environment. What she described, including extreme sleep deprivation, not being able to sleep one time for many days, and being forbidden from locking her own bedroom door, this is not cool. She's saying that she was a part of forced labor when she had to work 5 consecutive days without sleep. And not only that, Diddy had so much control, allegedly, over her personal and professional life. She was afraid. We're not talking a regular boss here. This is Diddy, a billionaire mogul, mega famous, with connections in every corner of the industry. He had money, reach, influence, and a whole entourage built to protect his image. If you cross someone like that, you're not just risking your job, you're risking your safety, reputation, and your future. And from what Mia testified, she saw firsthand what he could do to people who disobeyed. And that's not fair. That's survival. When those type of actions happen, it happens gradually. One inappropriate demand here, one violent outburst there. It can slowly condition someone to tolerate things they never would have tolerated at the start. It becomes normal because it doesn't happen every day, especially if the abuser gaslights them into thinking they're the problem. In toxic environments, people often don't even realize how bad it is until they're out. Like Mia likely didn't have anyone around her to validate what she was going through. Mia probably didn't have anyone around her to validate the craziness that she was going through. She was probably like, everybody thinks this is normal. And plus, she was young. She wasn't old enough yet where she experienced the world and she could be like, yeah, no, this is not good. Like, and tell the other people this is not good and convince the other people that this is a toxic work environment. But for her, it was like, okay, everyone's kind of accepting this. All right, I'll go with it. And not only that, the fact that she still stayed after he took advantage of her. A lot of people are like, why would she do that? You know, and she kept thinking, okay, this will be the last time. This will be the last time. But she stayed for many reasons. It was not only a toxic work environment, it was the entertainment industry. It was exhilarating. She's meeting famous people. She was able to even go to one of Prince's parties with Cassie, which she had to run out of and sneak out of because her eyes met with Diddy and she didn't know Diddy was going to be at that party. She thought Diddy was going to be home with his kids. And so she was supposed to be home with Cassie, but instead her and Cassie went to the Prince party and her eyes locked with Diddy and boom, they ran out. Her and Cassie ran out the party. They ran into the bushes. But then Diddy did meet up with Cassie later and found her and did, obviously, allegedly, the things that he would normally do to her to get rough with her. But this is an assistant that was able to go to that party with Cassie. Even though she was a target and a victim, she kind of looked at everyone else around her like the same thing. She kind of entered a bucket of crabs where everyone is pulling each other down, and some things that seem normal, she knows weren't normal. But because she entered a new level of humanity, a new level of society that a lot of us don't get to see that surface of, and she was entrenched in it, she thought, this is what entertainment looks like. Like we know through many years, entertainment's strange. Actors are bizarre sometimes. Singers have outrageous requests sometimes. So we do know that that world of rock and roll and music and acting is a little outlandish. We do know. So maybe in her head, she was thinking, this is the entertainment world. Welcome to it, and she plunged into it. And once she was in it, she had one of the biggest producers in the industry, one of the biggest music moguls taking advantage of her once in a while. Forced labor, staying up for 5 days, getting pushed into a wall, but yet you see your friend get beat down with boots. Like some things become normal, especially again, she was so young. She was in her 20s. That is very young. You are excited by who you're seeing. You're excited by who you're with. And sometimes you're so excited that you can overlook the negative that's really happening. And if you don't overlook it, what is your next job going to look like? It's not going to be exciting like that necessarily. And yes, she has worked for very famous people in the past before Diddy. But this must have been completely different for her. This must have been like, wow, this is like, entertainment on steroids. She's meeting up with people. She's learning things. There was even one point that Diddy took all her stuff and she had to take off her shoes to run after Diddy, and he left her. She had to find her way back to the office, and she had no shoes on or anything. And she had to call one of the security people, and they said to her, so listen, what's up? And she said, this is for sure an in-person conversation. She couldn't tell them what happened as to why Diddy kicked her out of, I'm pretty sure it was a car or something of that nature, kicked her out and told her, you go. I don't want you here with me right now or something. And she had to chase Diddy, and she said she cannot discuss this over a text message. So she knew for sure what the inside game was. Unfortunately, it was a lot more than anybody that is on the stand is able to endure. I really don't know how Diddy's going to get out of this one, because with each witness, they seem like they are all battening down the hatches. They look like they all have their own little hammer. Now, I will say this, they don't all have their own little nail and hammer. It's not like this one's like, okay, I'm done. The next one going, I'm done. They're all hammering the same nail. And so will there be room still for that coffin lid to be opened up? Could be. He may not get all those years in jail that we would be expecting. Now, there are a lot of things that's coming out in court, a lot of things that people are privy to. A lot of things that people are telling us. So let's keep watching and let's keep sharing. Please, in the comments below, if you have any links to any other vloggers that are dishing the goods, let me know. I watch the Law and Crime Network, and I also watch Tisa Tells. So let us know if there's anybody that you're watching below. Let's share the information. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Again, my name is Sister Cerise. Huge hugs, loads of love, and big blessings.